Hi, I'm Jay Bassell, Marketing Director at Equipment Zone, and it is my opportunity to welcome and introduce Harry Oster, the owner of Equipment Zone. Welcome, Harry. How are you this afternoon?
Hey Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We're here in sunny Arizona, and you're in New Jersey.
We are in sunny New Jersey now.
Oh, great. Well, you're having a great day. I'm excited to be with you. We also have another honored guest, and it is my privilege to introduce and welcome the newest employee to Equipment Zone, Geoff Baxter. Geoff, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jay. Thanks for asking.
I, I,
Very excited about being here.
I can tell, and I noticed that you are in the Solution Center.
I am. Absolutely beautiful facility. Probably, I think, one of the nicest ones in the country. We've got a great setup here, but it's a great opportunity to be able to work with and to see and to display the new Epson F3070s. Great opportunity.
Well, Geoff, that's great, and I'm excited to also say that you have a title, and I forgot to say anything about that, so it's kind of a big deal. So I better, Harry might correct me if I don't, and I just want everyone to know who's watching that you are our new business development manager, and you are an industrial DTG specialist. So thank you both for joining. I've got a few questions for you. We thought we'd take this opportunity for other folks who can watch and get to know a little bit more about what that means, that role, maybe some background on you, Geoff, and I'll also have a couple of questions for Harry. How does that sound?
We're ready
Sounds good
for
to
you,
me.
Jay.
Okay. Well, before we get too far, I found out that you two knew each other. Like, there's a backstory here. How much should we dig into the past, Harry?
Well, we're not going to tell you how many years because neither Geoff nor I want to say that. But I was a screen printer years ago, and Geoff worked for Precision Screen Machines, and I attended one of his classes for screen printing.
Wow, I did not
So if
know that.
people know what Precision Screen Machines are and how when they closed, you'll get a pretty good idea of how long I've known Geoff.
So we can say more than a dozen years. How about we say that? Is that fair?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave
That's
it there.
fair.
Well, then let's do this. Geoff, I assume Harry was a great student.
He was. He went on to a pretty impressive screen printing business.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, listen, let's set the silliness aside for a second. We've got a couple of important questions to ask now. So, Geoff, I know that fancy titles don't really mean that much to you. I know that you're focused on important work, and so I thought I would ask you. Maybe you could give us a little bit insight, some vision into your role as a business development manager, your role as an industrial DTG specialist. What can you tell us about what you'll be doing?
Well, Jay, I think the big thing here is that this is a really impressive piece of equipment. It's new technology. It meets a lot of demands that just couldn't be met at these price points before. So I think that my goal here is really to take this more into the screen printing market, but also anybody who needs industrial production equipment. Historically, most of the DTG equipment has been for one-offs, internet fulfillment, very short runs. They did beautiful pictures, but they took 8 minutes, and they cost as much as $3 or $4 or $5 per print. The whole point in this machine is that it's much faster. We're able to easily print 50 units an hour per a printer. In addition, the cost of manufacturing's come way down, consumables are less. So we've got low cost of initial investment, we've got low cost of consumables, and high speed. So it actually becomes a production piece of equipment. Instead of being just a peripheral within a screen print shop or another printing facility, it allows you to actually run production orders on this. And one of the things that I always bring up is there's no cost of pre-press. If you've got a multicolor design, you don't have to color separate. You don't have to make screens. And it's very quick time to market. There's no pre-press time. There's no setup time. So the value here is really substantial. It's a great value proposition for anybody who's in the garment printing business.
Excellent explanation. I almost feel like, as an old school screen printer myself, it's just not fair.
It actually makes me angry sometimes because I spent a whole lot of years trying to perfect my screen printing skills. And this actually does a much better job printing most shirts than I can do after many years of experience. So it's whether it's fair or not, it's still a great value proposition. It's a great piece of equipment. It's just the next step, I think, probably.
Good point. I was going to say the next step in the evolution, which is why you're here. You have that background, you have those insights and those experiences. And so I think it's exceptional for us to welcome you onto the team as someone with that industrial, higher production, higher output perspective, but now using the Epson F3070 technology. So we're, of course, all excited and very biased. But let me switch it over to Harry for just a second. Harry, I have another question for you.
Sure, Jay.
Obviously, you saw an opportunity, but why was it important for you to hire that type of an expert? What kind of led you to this opportunity of hiring Geoff and planning for maybe more of an industrial DTG or higher volume production?
Well, with the F3070 that we just started selling within the last year, okay, that's changed. We call it a game changer, and it really is, because for screen printers, and Geoff spent pretty much a great majority of his working life, in the screen printing end of it, and he's familiar with the large screen printing, automatic screen printing shops. This changes everything for them. All right, it's we've got a lower cost of inks, we've got a greater speed, so we're not talking about doing a 5 or 10 shirt order or a 25 shirt order. We're literally not looking to replace automatic screen printing on a textile end, but definitely supplementing it and making direct to garment now a real competitor for it. And Geoff gets it. Geoff knows what it is. So Geoff, when we offered him this position, jumped right at it because he's seen the machine. He knows what it's capable of. And I expect great things from Geoff.
That's what we all do. Just a little pressure there.
No pressure at all.
Sounds like pressure to me.
Well, listen, let's take the pressure off. Maybe Geoff, you could give us another word or two about that, the importance of the shift. Maybe, Harry said it was a game changer, and for a lot of apparel decorators, and I would say even some large retailers, they better be planning for this print on demand revolution or this kind of a strategy, right?
I think there's no question, Jay. And I think that while everybody realized this, the pandemic has really brought that to light in that, so many inventories were trapped in bricks and mortar stores around the world that couldn't be shipped, they couldn't be sold. To be able to print on demand, we can reduce inventories, we can print as needed, we can react very quickly to changes and trends in the marketplace. So it really is a game changer. I like to think of this machine as what I call the missing link. It really has taken that gap between basic direct-to-garment printing and production screen printing, and brought it together in a format that has lower consumable price, higher output speeds, and certainly a lower capital investment. I've worked with other companies that sold similar equipment, but the capital investment was so massive that it really limited the market on who could get into this. At this price point and with these capabilities, this is a very short return on investment for most people. So it's quick, it's inexpensive, it's great to work with, and the quality is amazing. So I really think this is that final link that is going to start to adapt digital printing or direct-to-garment printing more into the analog world.
I love that. I love the way you phrase that. I was going to ask you to tell me what you mean by the missing link, but you just did. It was perfect. And so I think that those that are watching this are going to be a little bit more interested and intrigued on how that gap is closing, where before we were, excited to get, 20, 25 prints out in an hour, and maybe not as affordable as we are today, but seeing the progression. And I've heard Harry speak to this, how, Epson is a long-term thinker. And maybe Harry, you could talk to us about that, how we've gone from the 2000 to the next one and now this one. Is that part of the plan?
Definitely is. I think Epson's got a game plan here, and the F3070 is the next step in that game plan. And it literally does change the whole environment, the whole landscape of everything here.
Well, that's an exciting opportunity for apparel decorators, people that we talk to from Equipment Zone all the time, whether we're in person or whether we're not. We've done a lot more with this type of technology where we're speaking to each other. You two are both in New Jersey. I'm in Arizona. And Geoff is in the Solution Center, which is, as he stated, a fabulous showroom. So I have to believe that there are going to be folks watching, Harry and Geoff, who are going to want more information. They're in fact going to want to see these printers in action. So what's the best way for that to happen? I'll start with you, Harry. How can somebody, if they're in the local tri-state area and they want to come by, could they?
Absolutely. We do it by appointment. Okay. They're welcome to give us a call. We'll schedule a demo. We've got a huge facility. If you notice, we've got 2 F-3070s in the showroom. And basically, us to present it, we can literally do 100 shirts an hour with those machines with one operator. Okay. The other thing too is we are a nationwide seller. We've got machines in basically 49 states so far. And if you want a virtual demo, we can do that also. Print your designs on shirts. You can watch it live, and then we can send the printed shirts over to you as if you're here. It's actually, in effect, a little more convenient for customers this way.
Sounds like a great opportunity. I'm sure there will be people who want to take advantage of that. So they can coordinate by sending you an email or calling into the office. What's the best way for them to do that?
Well, we have an 800 number, 800-408-0040, or just sales@equipmentzone.com, and we'll get right back to you.
Sounds great. And let me wrap up by saying, Geoff, again, welcome aboard. We're thrilled to have you. I know others will be curious about that profitability that you spoke of, about that return on investment that you spoke about, on the concept of this production printing pod that you're standing in the middle of. So for anyone who wants to visit with you specifically, what's the best way for them to reach you? Email?
Well, Jay, they can reach me either by calling the 800 number and leaving a message, or I can return their call, or they can email me. My name's Geoff with a G. It's geoff.b@equipmentzone.com. Again, it's geoff.b@equipmentzone.com.
Excellent. Well, I'll make sure to ask our amazing video editor to drop that information into this, the notes below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should be able to see that information here shortly. So thank you both again for taking the time. We're excited at Equipment Zone. We love the F-3070, and to see it in action in person, whether you're there or whether you're watching via, the technology through streaming, both are adequate for you to get a real vision of what this equipment and this technology can do. So again, I'm Jay
All I
Basello.
can say, we're all excited here to have Geoff on board.
Thank you, Harry. We are all excited. Geoff, as you heard from the boss himself, we're excited. So let's let everybody get back to business, and then hopefully we can get some samples printed for them and they can check it out.
Sounds great.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.